Hey, all right, see that culvert right there in the side of that wash? This wash basically runs down right next to this road that I'm on, which is Highway 80 or Bisbee Douglas Highway. Anyway, that culvert's running immediately underneath the old highway, which we'll get to look at here in a second. And then now we've turned off that road onto this road up to the Sheriff's Department complex. It goes up that way. And here is the old Bisbee Douglas Highway, or a piece of it. And there's not a no trespassing sign or nothing here, and I'd really kind of like to go check that out, and maybe I will someday. So I'm a little bit further up the road from highway there towards the Sheriff's complex, and I want to show you this view right here. Now, way in the distance, I'll zoom in just for a second. You can see that those tailings, those mining tailings, with piles of dirt there. And then I'm going to zoom back out to normal scale. And then here you have this huge, tremendous pile of dirt. It's about 1.5 miles long and 1.5 miles deep. And anywhere from 250 to 700 feet high. It's just freaking humongous. Anyway, what I wanted to point out was that when the sun comes up, those tailings, especially because they're kind of in different layers, there's like a really super dark red layer and then kind of a yellow layer. And when the sun comes up, those things light up like a freaking Christmas tree. Just for 30 seconds or so, it's super brilliant. And what I want to do is I want to get on this hill right here. You can kind of see it through the bushes a little bit back in there. It's just here, this first hill. Here's the very top of it. In fact, I think that the red balloon thing, whatever it is kind of right above the top of it. That's pretty close. Because from right there, like right at sunrise, man, I think it would just be such a gorgeous picture. Now, the reason I know that is because for the past week or two, me and Chaser, we've been heading out about early morning, 3, 4 in the morning, heading out to a dirt road just on the Mule Mountains. At the base of the Mule Mountains on the east side, and it overlooks Douglas and the Elfrida Valley. And I've been getting some really good pictures of sunrises there. And then I've turned around and coming home, and I see this hill, those colors, and this hill's like the perfect spot to take pictures from. My dog's licking a spot. So, anyway. That's something I wanted to share. Okay. Hey, all right. So, I'm yet further up the same road, and here's the first sign. Okay, I'm gonna just make a quick round through here and exit. I'm not gonna loiter. I'm not gonna stop anywhere. I'm not gonna look at any rocks. But I do want to get a picture of every sign that I encounter. Okay, here's the sign. What does this thing say? Property, evidence, and maintenance, official vehicles only, property and evidence. And it says hours of operation, property release times, appointment only, please provide report number, blah, blah, blah. Nothing for civilians. Okay. And then jail and justice court, next sign. And then okay, see that little white sign over there, and then right here, those are all no trespassing. Okay, the sign on the fence up there is no weapons beyond this point. Understandable, that's a jail. I'm just gonna stay the fuck away from that. I'm gonna walk over here. Look at all that concertina more. You know what? When I was, how old was I? Shit. 12, 13 years old. I got put in the juvie several times here. And every time I was put there, I escaped at least twice. And all I would do is I would escape. I would run down to the local 7-Eleven or Circle K or whatever. I think it was a Circle K. And steal cigarettes and chewing gum. and then I would sink back into the juvie, break back in, and they never knew I was gone, and I made so much fucking money. It's ridiculous. Holy shit. Anyway, there's that same hill I want to get on. I'll ask the sheriff one of these days. I'm not in a big hurry. Right now I just want to leave. Okay. Next sign, yield. Alright, the next sign we encounter in our walk. And like I did, we just did a little circle. Here's the sign we saw on our way in. And I guess they do vehicle maintenance and evidence. Quite a mix, actually. Quite a array of talent required to facilitate a team like that fixes cars and does C&I work. God damn. The sheriff's department's a lot more fucking talented than I thought they were. But hey, it's cool. It's a good visit, man. Alright. So, hey, now we're walking out of the complex. We were not approached. Didn't see anybody except for a woman sitting in the passenger seat of a truck with the passenger door open, and she was talking. So she was either on the phone or she was talking to somebody on the other side, and I didn't really see who. But ahead of us, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, is a water treatment facility that looks like it's under construction. Not sure. I haven't really been there. I'm going to zoom back out. Been around, like hanging out, watching to see if they're doing anything, and I haven't asked anybody. But I would love to ask somebody up at the sheriff's office. They might say, "Oh yeah, you know what? They quit working on that, 8 years ago because there was a big lawsuit for whatever." That's the kind of shit I want to know about the community. And to be run off the fucking property like I was the other day, I'm just so fucking assaulted. Excuse me. I'm just so assaulted by it. It just rubs me wrong, man. It just rubs me wrong. It is wrong. That's why it's wrong. And I got in a lot of fights when I was in high school and before. Not too many. And it seemed like I was always fighting for the little guy, or for from a moral perspective. That is true about me. Alright, man, you know what? I'm going to share a video with you here next about an axe head that I found this morning, actually. Out in the middle of the desert, just laying there. So, alright, we'll stand by for that. Keep looking down, everybody.